I thought that I could go to Walmart alone. It was the first time that I went to the Walmart without anyone with me, sort of like guiding. And I'm talking Walmart Supercenter, The people down here really love their Walmart, from what I can tell. I know I look pretty bad. I haven't had the energy or the time to even care. Yeah, Walmart today was really hard for me. I had my list and I was walking around trying to find the things. And by the time I got to the tomatoes in the cans, and I was looking for, I would say, tomato paste, whatever. It was all crushed tomatoes, diced tomatoes, Rotel tomatoes, but there were no tomato paste tins. And I just looked and looked, and my heart started racing, and had already been in there for an hour on one end, and the next end it's just rows and rows and rows of stuff. And if you don't know, and this is your first time watching my videos, I have lived in East Africa for 14 and a half years. I built my house out of earth. I'm very minimalist. I don't like stuff. I can't handle Walmart. And I just broke down. I felt myself becoming extremely tense, extremely anxious, and I think that many people wonder if it was the people in Walmart because it was Sunday. It had nothing to do with people, and everything to do with the fact that I could not function because there's so much stuff. It's stuff for the stuff for the stuff, and the number of choices my brain just can't pick out. Like, I can't differentiate all the choices. I just can't. And it's just, I started to realize that I needed help. I couldn't function. So I sent a text to my mom and I was like, I can't do Walmart. And she didn't respond. So I called my sister. She's my half sister. She's off at the camp somewhere far. And so she's busy. So I was like, okay. So and she loves shopping, whereas I don't. And then I called a friend that I don't know well, actually. I've only really spoken to her maybe a handful of times since coming back from Kenya. But every time she's proven to me that she has been the kind of person who's grown over the years, if you will. I didn't know her in high school very well, but I mean, just she is kind and understanding and amazing. So I just called her and I was like, Georgiana, I think I need help. And so many of you think that I'm brave. I am so not brave. I don't know why Walmart kicked my ass today. And I just sat there and she said, I'm eating lunch right now. And I thought, okay, I've got this. And I just looked around and I realized I was surrounded and drowning in rows and rows of things I didn't recognize, of stuff. None of the tins look familiar. The weights are in ounces and not in grams. The ingredients are over the top. I just wanted simple stuff. I just needed simple things. I want milk from my cow, butter from my cow, cheese from my cow. Instead, all of the cheese has yellow food color and is caked in powder, and I'm just like, this is not what I want. So I think she sensed my urgency and she texted me back and said, I'll be there in a few. And she came with her husband and her exchange students, fresh from church or from lunch after church. She just came and took me and helped me buy the things I needed to buy. And not only that, she bought my groceries. And so sorry. Because that was overwhelming too. And anyways, so that's where I am in the culture shock. You would think that I have this under control. You would think that by now everything would be so familiar, but it's not. My navigation system says in a quarter mile you will reach your destination. I don't know how far that is. How many kilometers is that? I should know, but I don't. Because navigation didn't happen until after I had kilometers and was in Kenya 14 and a half years ago, almost 15 years ago. I know kilometers because it would be like in a kilometer. I would run in kilometers. My farm is exactly 100 meters across, and I know what that means. Anyways, I cook in kilos and grams. Today was tough. That's what happened. I don't care how many people are in the store. I just can't find my way around it. It's massive. It is massive. I don't know how you do or deal or cope with it. I would go and find one thing on my list and realize I missed something else that was literally miles away, and I haven't been sleeping, so I'm exhausted. I woke up to take a test for school at 2 o'clock in the morning just to have the whole system shut down at 3 while I was taking my test, so I got a 38 on it. Had to contact the school, go through all of the hoops to say, look, I need you to reset my test. And then I got griped at because I didn't test the test before taking the test. And it's a long story. So I write poetry and I put it on my Patreon account. And that's where I communicate the stuff that I can't really communicate publicly. Alright. This should be easier. So many reasons why I'm struggling in Texas. And a lot of it has to do with things being miles apart. And I think my mom's here. I'm gonna go.